streaming. Streaming now. There. Put this on Facebook. Streaming now. All right. Okay. Stream health. I am live. We're going to talk about North Korea as soon as a few people get in here. What is up, guys? Echo? What could that be from? Let me see what the echo could be from. Double audio. Let me see what that could be from. Is there still echo? I just turned off my speakers. I don't have two mics. Let me just double check. Let me check in here. Oh wait, hold on, I see something. Settings. Bear with me, people. I'm sorry. Audio. No, it's saying it's the Yeti mic. Okay. Okay, tell me if that's better. Okay, is that better? Still echo? It went away? Okay. Cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, slow down. Okay, we got 87 people here. I'm just going to give it a sec to get to 100. Okay. And I'm going to... Okay, we got time. We got some time. Slightly returned echo. Fuck. I don't know what else it could be. The settings don't... Hold on a second. Let's try this. Okay. How about now? I think that should have done it. Okay, tell me if it's gone. Boy, this is the fun part of the live stream, huh? The speakers are off. Still there. Miles McInnes. That's pretty funny. Wow. It got worse? Fuck. Okay. Because I'm looking through... Let me look through the settings here. There's a mic. Fuck. Properties. I don't understand why it changes. Because there's only one mic. Get closer to the mic. It's not unusable. Okay. Okay, I'm going to unplug the mic and plug it back in. No, I think that's going to be a whole headache with the light. Okay, anyway, let's talk about North Korea. Did I miss a super... I missed a super chat. Get Miles McInnes. That's pretty funny. So, here's the deal with... Let me try it this way. I'm just going to try one more thing. Okay, let me know if that worked. Because that should have done it. Have a mixer, straight USB. It's a USB mic to the computer. It's still tinny. But the thing is, the settings don't change in between my using this live stream, so that's what's annoying to me. I'm just going to look at one more thing. I'm sorry, guys. This is annoying as hell to me, too. Channel stereo. Speakers. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know what else it could be. Okay. Wait, I just missed. It's tinny and flat sounding. That's terrible. Just saying intermission. Hey, Michael. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's talk about North Korea. First of all, yeah, we'll do it live. First of all, Yeah, I'm actually transitioning away from humanity more into more non-organic form, so that is going to give me a tinniness to my voice. First of all, I've said this many times and it bears repeating. This is very important. When the North Korean issue comes up, the question is, what does this mean? Okay, you guys need to stop talking to Tom Woods. The question is, what does this mean for the North Korean people? And it doesn't matter if it's Trump or Obama. The mic in front of me is on, though. Uh, Wait, there's different settings for the mic. Can I play? Let me try those. There's 4 settings, okay? How about this? Is this different at all? This is one of the 4 settings. And then there's 2 others. There's this one. Is this one better at all? And then the 4th one. And this is the 4th one. So of those 4, which is the best? Louder, but still wrong. Which is, none of those 4 is the best? 4th sucks. First. Okay, I'm going to first. Okay, here's first. The 3rd one. Okay, we're going to 3. This is a fancy mic. Okay, this is 3. We're on 3. We're at 3 right now. Staying at 3. Okay, so. Shoot. Yeah, this is premium content. Yeah, exactly. The question when it comes to North Korea is, what does this mean for the North Korean people? Doesn't matter if it's President Trump. It doesn't matter if it's Obama. That's the only issue that matters. And it is insane to me. Haven't tipped on a live stream while here. Go. Thank you so much, Luke. Thank you. That's awesome. What does this mean for the North Korean people? Now, if you are starting with the premise that whatever President Trump does is bad and he's an idiot, then any evidence you have is going to confirm that. And there's nothing I can do to help you. I don't care about President Trump or Kim Jong-un. What matters is you've got these slaves. You know what it's like? It's like if it was 1863 or 1864, and you had, like, you know, the McLaughlin group. I don't want to use them because they're actually bright and educated, but you had some panel discussion. And they're like, what does this mean for President Lincoln's re-election chances? I'm like, yeah, I get that's an issue, but that's not the first issue. The first issue is the fucking Civil War and the slaves and secession and all this other stuff. It is so... This is how they're looking at things. Like, well, what does this mean for the Lincoln cabinet? So, the other thing, which is very, very disturbing, is that when it comes to North Korea, everyone has, like, this disease where their memory only goes back 6 months. Before the Singapore summit, President Trump canceled it. Remember? Like 2 days before, a week before. He was like, screw this. It's not working. Too bad. You blew a golden opportunity. And what happened? North Korea scrambled, and they had the summit. Now, whether you can say that summit went well or not is one issue. The point is, the summit did end up going ahead. And there are some real progress that has been made because, again, the most important issue, besides obviously the people themselves, but in terms of international relations, isn't between us and North Korea. It's between North and South Korea. And North and South Korea are having much greater conversations and much more peace than they have 3 years ago. And I'm not even saying this as an attack on Obama because no one knows what to do. So if he didn't know what to do and he's just like, I'm going to kick this can down the road, I don't blame him. It's a hornet's nest. So it's understandable. So here are some concrete things. The fact that all those hostages were freed. We saw them landing and kissing the ground here when they landed. Number one. Number two is the DMZ The most militarized border on Earth is getting demilitarized. The fact that if you said in 2016 that we're going to see Kim Jong-un waddling across the DMZ and shaking hands with President Moon and inviting him to cross back into North Korea, and you would see this footage imminently, you would think, what are you talking about? But it happened. How is that something that you're going to be like hand wave away? If something that you thought in 2016 was impossible, even if it's just a visual, even if it's just, Rush Limbaugh always attacks symbolism or substance. Sometimes the symbolism is substance. If you just saw that, how are you going to say, well, nothing's really changed? Well, that's kind of a big deal. The two countries are still at war. North Korea, killed the first lady of South Korea at one point. Or she was assassinated, whatever. I mean, no, they didn't kill her, but they tried to kill the president many times. So, again, this is not about Trump. And when again, it was Glenn Greenwald had this great tweet when they were referring to Bolsonaro, now president of Brazil, as Trump of the tropics. And he's like, dicks, not everything's about Trump. Not everything is like a Trump viewed through a Trump prism. Now, obviously, he is an important part of this, but he's not the totality of this. Totalitarian. That was pretty Freudian of me. So that is absolutely absurd. Second, again, in the 2000s, if you said you have to look at things from like Al-Qaeda's point of view, it's like, oh my God, you want Al-Qaeda to win, you're a terrorist. And then if you think about it for 30 seconds, like, well, how are you going to defeat a foe unless you look at it from their perspective? What, you're not looking at it from Rommel's perspective? You're not looking at it from Robert E. Lee's perspective? Makes no sense, right? So look at things from North Korea's perspective. North Korea's creation myth is, and if you haven't read Dear Reader, it's all in there. The argument is, and they're told this since they are kids, and they see this on TV, and they see this in their movies, and they see this in their news, and it's in all their books. It's in their fucking math problems. If you kill 6 U.S. imperialists a day, and every month has 30 days, how many U.S. imperialists can you kill in a month? It's in their math. So, their argument is that the U.S. imperialists, who are us, have been trying to conquer Korea since the 1860s, when we sent USS General Sherman there, and they killed everyone on board and sank the ship to the bottom of the Taedong River. That's in the middle of Pyongyang. And we're biding our time. We want to conquer them and use that for a beachhead for world domination and blah, 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 blah. And everywhere you go, not everywhere, but, you see whatever, anti-American propaganda. We have these big hook noses, pot bellies, and all this other stuff, caricatures. And there's whatchamacallit. There's a story in this one of these books I read where a kid, a party leader, went to visit a school and they'd never seen a fat person before, so the kids started beating him up thinking he was an American. The fact that the propaganda in North Korea has been taken down is a big deal because they're raised to teach that we are like Nazis to them. There are museums of the atrocities we supposedly committed against them during the Korean War. Most famously, the Sinchon massacre, where we took women, separated them from their children, and lit them all on fire, and laughed about it. This is how they're taught to view us. So if now things are being lessened, how is that not the definition of progress? What do they... did anyone really expect that overnight he's going to be like, you know what? We've hated each other since the 40s. You've leveled our country. Well, we're just going to give up nukes because you're going to be nice to us. What? No. And it's to Trump's credit that he walked because he's like, you know what? Screw this. It isn't working. And the thing is, in the press up to what people aren't talking about in the West, in the North Korean press up to and leading to this summit, they were hyping it. They were saying, oh, it's a great success, Kim Jong-un, blah, 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 this is wonderful. Now, they're going to have to spin it internally. He's left egg on their faces. Now, this could be the end of the road. But the idea that somehow it's amazing when Trump bombed Syria. Remember this? Trump bombed Syria. All the talking heads, he's finally presidential. He's presidential. He's being a president. He's finally earned his stripes. Wonderful. So when he bombs the country, it's great. When he tries diplomacy and hits a dead end, oh, he's a loser. What an idiot. So it's great when you're blowing things up. But if you're sitting down with someone and talking, remember how they were going to nuke Guam? Remember how they sentenced President Trump to death and all this other shit? They're not doing that anymore. Isn't de-escalation of rhetoric and de-escalation of actions, no missile tests, isn't that what the goal is? It is. Sure, spoiler. So these are some of the things happening out of here. I don't really have any other... Oh, Ottawa beer. Ottawa beer. Okay, this is an important thing. The possibility that Kim Jong-un was now personally being kept apprised of the Ottawa beer situation is zero. Zero. There's no possibility he didn't know what the hell was going on in North Korea. If any country has a high-profile hostage, the leader's not going to be kept updated. If we had some kind of German, South African, or Brazilian diplomat held, caring about the politics of the people, held down by the North Korean regime, was like being jealous of your wife's rapist. The people are the victims. Okay, and I'll plug your Twitter, sure, BC Thomas. Absolutely, thank you, BC. You made me lose my train of thought completely. Oh yeah, if we have a diplomat from another country, for some reason being held, the president's not getting updates? And that's in a free country. In North Korea, everything is a function of the leader. It's as concentrated leadership as it gets. This is an American citizen being held hostage, and Kim Jong-un's like, oh, I don't know anything about it. Now, the question is Trump gullible? Is he lying? Is he being coy? He said, oh, he says he didn't know anything about it, and I take him at his word. Now, again, when someone has nukes from one perspective and an entire population behind him prisoner at another perspective, you might want to say what you need to say to get him to do what you want. Maybe he's delusional. I don't know. The point is, it's absolutely the case that Kim Jong-un knew everything that was going on. The other thing I also want to remind everyone, the medical examiner said Ottawa Beer's parents were being dishonest. That he was not all mangled when he came back home. Okay, this is getting distracting, this FMQ stuff, so that's going to stop. So those are the big issues as I see them. Again, he's walked before. He's walking again. If nothing happens, if there's a cessation of hostilities between us and North Korea, a cessation of nuclear missile testing, and increased discourse between North and South Korea, that's great. That's checks across the board. What's the downside here? Here's the other thing. I don't think Trump is particularly anything. There's one thing I would think that he would know as a real estate guy for decades is when you're trying to make a deal with someone and someone's blowing shit up your ass. Smoke up your ass, excuse me, blowing shit up your ass. That's pretty funny. Seems annoying. Yeah. So that'll be the one thing. It's like, all right, something's not adding up here. Screw this. So yeah, that's all right. If anyone has any questions, let me know. And we can chat about it. As I drink my Monster. And try to figure out why the mic's fucked up now. It's very disappointing. I think the biggest way things are going to get better is information getting in. It's as simple as that. Oh my god. So that's where we are. Um, huh. I had less to say about this than I thought. Saturday also I will be emceeing. Does Kim Jong Un want Chinese model partial market reforms to sustainably stay in power, or would that be USSR perestroika slippery slope again? Sean, that's a great question. This is addressed at length in my book. I'm not trying to dodge it, but it's a very complicated question because we don't know what Kim Jong Un wants. One thing we know he wants is not to be shot, right? So the question is, okay, if I take my hand off the trigger, me and my family personally going to be shot, and there's good reason. On the other hand, it'd be a lot easier for me if I'm the guy who brings prosperity to my people, right? So he's in a bind himself. Even Kim Jong Un is a prisoner in North Korea. There's no freedom in that country. Cheers, loved meeting you, Mott and Simon last week. Thanks, Wally. It was nice to meet you too. Yeah, I'm doing the audiobook tomorrow, part 2 of 3. Saturday, I'm going to be the MC of A Night for Freedom. I have semi-fun troll ideas for the audience. I lived in the Republic of Korea in 97 to 2000, have seen the cycles. This feels a bit different, cautiously optimistic. Thank you, Joe. Here's why it's different, even if it feels the same. Kim Jong-un is as I talk about in Dear Reader, when Kim Jong-il took over for his dad, the founder of North Korea, Kim Il-sung, his campaign slogan was, it sounds like a joke, do not expect any change from me. I'm the same person as my father. And their big argument, and all the criticism of North Korea, in their literature, they actually attack them and meet them head on, which I was very shocked to learn when I was doing my book. Their argument was, okay, how are you going to have a hereditary monarchy under communism? That's insane. Their point was, look, you went from Stalin to Khrushchev and you ruined everything. Who better to succeed the great leader than someone who shares his blood and is as close to him as possible, right? But Kim Jong-il did not really have a right to be the leader. He basically inherited it from his dad, right? Kim Jong-un even less. But he's not a function of the Cold War, and his hold on power is much more steady than Kim Jong-il's was. So that does give him the leeway. We don't know if he's going to use it, but it does give him the leeway because they can contradict themselves whatever they want. You know, they have these black markets now, and they say, oh, it's not capitalism. What the fuck you talking? It's capitalism. But oh, no, that's not how we define it. So Kim Jong-un has the capacity to liberalize North Korea. The question is, he certainly knows the risks, and that's the question on the table. What does he want, and how risk taking is he? And he's also very young. His last name is Kim. Are you kidding me? Oh, that you are kidding me. Okay, sorry. Got that. Sorry. All right. How did you decide which book to buy, physical versus digital? I don't understand the question. I own every book I've ever read. I'm trying to get them all digitally so not to take up space. But if you're asking specifically about North Korea, virtually all of them I got when I was there. So physically, there are very few that are digital. President Trump is using Kim's ego as part of the sales pitch. Exactly. And that's how to do it. You have to use the sales pitch. Well, now you're just going to get muted. You have to use the sales pitch to get him to do what you want. Oh, my forthcoming book? How do you decide which book to buy? I don't know. I would buy the physical book. I don't know. Damn, this monster's good. Oh, I got to show you guys the brochure. When I was in North Korea, they said there's an invisible wall that you can only see from the north that we built to keep Korea separated permanently. Let me get you the thoughts on Venezuela. I am not informed enough to offer an opinion. Let me give you the brochure from North Korea about the invisible wall. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Okay, here it is. 1996. This is the wall they claim we built in North Korea that is invisible. You don't hear much about this. I copied a lot from this brochure. It's in the book. And when you're there, they give you like one of those binoculars, I guess, to see it. You can't make out anything. So here's the wall. So yeah, we just like we didn't build a wall here, we built a wall there, according to them. These are pictures of it. Yeah. I'm going to read from it. The concrete wall transverses mountains and cuts across a ferry where the Rimjin and Han rivers converge, dividing mountains and rivers in two. Even animals and fish cannot travel freely because of the barrier. Most Americans, hold on, let me see this. Most Americans don't know that we have had nuclear artillery shells positioned in South Korea since the late 60s. Correct. As North Korea points out constantly, we were the ones who introduced nukes to the Korean peninsula. Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. Are there any organizations that help North Korea that have escaped that you would recommend donating money to? The one I like the most is Human Rights in North Korea. Instigated by the U.S. imperialists, the South Korean puppet clique built a concrete wall for many years since 1977. And here goes. The international fact-finding team confirms the existence of the concrete wall built by the South Korean puppet clique. If you look on Wikipedia, there's an entry on this that points out that this wall does not exist. Oh my god. Electric transmission lines, bridgeways, and railways have remained cut off for 50-odd years since the U.S. imperialist aggressors occupied South Korea. They are witness to history, indicating the crimes of the partitionists who caused the tragedy of national division. And here you see a railway separated by a barbed wire fence. Yeah, it's invisible because it's flush with the mountains, so you can only see it from the north. Wait, let me read what it says, but I have to guess. At present, the U.S. imperialists and the South Korean puppet clique are engaged in vicious actions of arrest, imprisonment, and massacre of patriotic people, youth, and students who are waging a just struggle for independence, democracy, and reunification. They contaminate South Korea with corrupt American culture, cause the good manners and customs peculiar to the Korean people to degenerate, and turn South Korea into a hell on earth. They have changed South Korea into the largest nuclear arsenal in the Far East and the most dangerous powder magazine for war by continuing to introduce nuclear warheads and other modern weapons, including the latest missiles, into South Korea, which is already fitted with more than 1,000 nuclear weapons. That's amazing. They say we're preparing to provoke a new war in the peninsula while deceiving the world public opinion. So this is the brochure of the wall. It's 240 kilometers long. And I got this when I was there at the wall. Since U.S.-China trade talks have gone nowhere, any chance they torpedoed this summit? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. China has much less control over North Korea than people think. And they would have torpedoed it ahead of time. It would have been great for, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have torpedoed it at the time. 149 walls, yeah. Miles, thank you. So that is the story of the wall. The concrete wall, the symbol of national division and confrontation between North and South, should be removed as early as possible, and Korea should be reunified as one without fail. Although the U.S. imperialists and the South Korean authorities clamor about peace and the end of the Cold War, they fail to take even the most elementary measures to guarantee peace. In fact, so that's where we are. Who would you say has the worst take on the summit? I ignore all the takes because they get me too upset. So you can rest assured they're all moronic. Oh. Does anyone else have any other cues? Or else I'm going to... let me see if I have any pictures to show you guys of the wall. Of the invisible wall. I don't think I do. Okay. It was, and I've had that question on my Twitter, because it was shocking to me to realize that there are people who are like, don't really care about the North Korean people as long as they don't have nukes, and it's like, really, you don't care about concentration camps? Like, I totally get the argument, it's not our problem, nothing we can do. That's fine, that's fair, that's valid, but to be like, well, I mean, the nukes are the only thing that's on the table. It's like, really? You wouldn't think it a great thing if Trump got concentration camps closed down and starving children? Really? So that was just very... And it's also funny to me when people are like, why would I care about the North Korean people? It's like, I get that you don't care, and you can't care about everyone, that's fair. But you can't even imagine caring? Like, it can't even wrap your head around, like, starving children for no reason? Maybe we don't have to be starving? Really? So, yeah. It's awful. Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna see. Oh God, it's gonna be so. Are any of you gonna coming to a Night for Freedom on Saturday? None of you, just one. A Night for Freedom, yeah. A Night for Free Gum. Maybe I should test the. I'll test the audio another time, maybe with Tom. I'm gonna be the MC, so I'm sure you'll be able to spot me. I have a good troll to start the night. It's gonna be funny. I'm gonna come out swinging. Check out Ideas Radicales Brazilian. Oh, are you friends with wait, hold on. There's a Brazilian Drudge or Breitbart. Are you friends with my buddy? Excuse me. Um, what's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Hold on. Why am I blanking? Are you friends with my buddy Mark Bauer? Oh, I would love to visit Australia. Oh man, I would love to visit anywhere. I was just in Philly. There's not that many Brazilian libertarians. Um, and Ryan Naranjo, do you know him? And Michael Woods are the three I know. I loved Philly. I absolutely. You know what's really funny is one of my favorite party questions is what country that people frequently visit do you have the least interest in visiting? And the most common answer, or one common answer, is Australia, because people say if I'm gonna fly, get in a flight for that long, they better not be speaking English. But I disagree. I mean, Australia, I would love to do. Tom, you can't sleep on planes? It's fun. I almost bought a Fishtown shirt, but they were $42. Just ask Jeffrey Tucker. Je- really? Okay. Well, I don't need to ask him that. I can take your word for it. That's wonderful to hear. I love Brazil. I've never been there. I've only been to Venezuela twice as a kid. But every Brazilian person I've met has been super awesome. Like, I mean, it just blew me away. Because it's such a making people feel welcome culture. And it's the only country in South America where they speak French. Norway! Oh my god. Hi, Norway. I just ordered some boots from Norway this morning. I woke up and hopefully they'll get through customs. Um, and I was got to order a Norwegian blanket that I saw in Philly. Probably haven't heard of it, but there's no way I'm going to be able to keep this clean. And you got your lady Erna is running that country. I talk about Scandinavian politics constantly on my show Nightshade, like all the time. Yeah, hey Norway, you guys should be friends with each other. You should guys start scissoring. Well, I lost my thumbtack. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Um, Tom isn't verified. Yeah, feel free to. You having fun, Tom? I don't know about any anarchist conferences. Good, Tom. That's good. Please don't scissor your friends. Well, too late. Got my scissors right here. Uh, I don't know that I have anything else to talk about. I just wanted to get this North Korea stuff off my chest while the iron was hot. I'm going to be on Breitbart in another hour and a half to discuss it, and then I'm going to go do some deadlifts. No, the Blue Ridge doesn't mean he's verified. It just means that I've made him a moderator on this site. Come to Florida and then take a road trip with Tom. If we take a road trip, it's going to be to Boston from New York. So that is that. Right on. Mm. Does Kim Jong Un know who you are? Do you normally fly first class or economy? I fly economy. I'm not bougie. I don't know if Kim Jong Un knows who I are. Who I are. Wow, he wouldn't care anyway, because they only go after their own. Bring your son review bra on cam. Never talk to me or my son ever again. That is great. He's rebooting Renegade University. He called me over the weekend when I was in Philly. We had a nice brief chat. I think he's the bee's knees. I love Monster so much. So much. You know, I emailed the guy from the Electronic Frontier Foundation to be on my show, and he never wrote back. What songs make you cry? I don't think there's any. The only one, maybe once, like 25 years ago, was No More I Love Yous, I think. Or Why. It was an Annie Lennox song. And I don't remember what it was. It was like a weird one off. But I don't think there's any other songs that make me cry. There's the songs that make me depressed, like immediately, but none that make me cry. Who was the guy from Electron? The chairman. I emailed what's his name? I'll tell you right now. Interview Brian. Brian at EFF.org. No reply. Tom and Bob on Rogan. Sorry if I'm beating a dead horse. Oh, there's no way I could ever recommend Bob to be on Rogan, but I'm gonna do my best to get Tom on Rogan. What's this? How far might the North Korean black markets be from toppling the regime? I think we got a ways to go. I mean, these are mostly females, and they're shut down every so often, so it's not gonna be like you think. AOC, the Trump or the Palin of the left. AOC is the same. I've said this before. The same phenomenon as Bella Abzug and Liz Holtzman. These were two congresswomen of the 70s, very young, very boisterous, hot new thing. 6 years later, they were done. And a joke. Flavor of the month. So she's not the Trump of the left because she's just a congresswoman. The Republicans are obsessed with her, but she has no real power. She's a mascot for people. And, being the cute new thing only lasts for so long. Jimmy Dore, I asked Jimmy on Twitter, he hasn't replied, so I guess I'm not a big enough name for him. I adore him. I think he's very bright. Did you see the seaweed denim by Naked and Famous? Oh yeah, so I am friends with the Naked and Famous guys, obviously, so I saw those in person at the Capsule Show here in New York. I took photos of their cool new stuff. It's on my Instagram that's coming out in 6 months, including Lord of Nep, which is the neppiest denim on earth, neppiest fabric. She's super hot. AOC is super hot. Those cans, are you kidding me? Good Lord. She's super hot. And she seems fun and upbeat. That's the thing. She's always smiling. She doesn't look angry. That's very, very important. Tiggle virtues, yeah. Huh. Um. And I don't think she's as dumb as people say she is. To be honest, there's lots stupider people in Congress than her, and she's savvy in many ways. Tom, are you serious? Tom, you are out of your mind. The hell are you talking? Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Doltish, sure. That's fair. She's a kid. How do you not find her attractive? I guess Thomas... Oh, please. You're crazy. Horse... That's not what even horse face means. Horse face means a long face. She does not have a long face. She's not a Catholic white woman, exactly. I've seen horses. She does have crazy eyes. I honestly thought that there was a chance I'd be able to get Tulsi Gabbard on the show. Because I got like 900 likes and she didn't reply. If you are at a point where you're saying a girl is not hot because of her teeth, she's hot. This is stupid. This is absurd. I don't think I've ever heard AOC talk, now that I realize it. Vox Day Sam Hyde. Vox Day did not reply to my request to be in my book. I had some questions for him. Sam Hyde, I don't know. I've interviewed him before, but I'm paranoid about YouTube and the network. Wesley. She's in the final four of my hottest U.S. politician for good reason. Yeah. Are you kidding? Who do people like? Amy Klobuchar? Fuck out of here. I have to think about AOC because she's in my feed every 5 minutes. Come on. Sarah Palin was a beauty queen. What is wrong with you people? She was a literal beauty queen. AOC's I'm in charge thing is really souring right-wing people who once liked her and thought she was cool. What's important is it's souring the establishment against her. This plucky young thing works in the Reese Witherspoon movie. It doesn't work in Nancy Pelosi's office. Who is the most attractive contemporary actress? I would say, what's her name? I just watched Jennifer Connelly. No, ugh, oh please. Anyone? Oh my god, I'm legit triggered. Who's Ava Green? I think the next, by the way, the next place I think we're all going to travel to is um, Ava Green. Oh, fuck out of here. What the fuck is this Beetlejuice shit? The next we're going to go to Providence next, I think. Why AOC is also hot is because this is probably from her bartending days. She doesn't look like she'd be mean to you. She looks like she would be fun and would have fun staying in or watching movies. Ever since I see the AOC donkey meme, it's all I see. I don't see it at all. Let me look at that meme. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. AOC donkey. It's the teeth. She does have those donkey teeth, but she doesn't have a horse face at all. Okay. Ooh, some pictures she's not looking so good. Yeah, I haven't heard her talk. That's true. I don't want to hear her talk. I'd rather, look at her tweets and the pictures. Well, now I know what the next episode of You're Welcome with Tom is going to be about. It's all going to be about rating the super hunk of the female congresswomen. I skipped the super chat. Let me see. Scroll up. I didn't skip it. Let me see. Hunter. So I think I remember you saying you're a Zionist and we know you're an anarchist. I'm just curious, do the two ever conflict or can you balance them? They don't conflict because Israel's not a priority for me at all. I don't know anything really about Israel. It's just a question. Same with Sweden. If it's the question of, okay, who are you going to side with? I don't think it's a very hard choice. That's all it comes down to. See, Tom knows more about. I can name like I said before, I can name every single party in the Swedish parliament. Probably how many seats they have. I can't name a single party in Likud. Okay, I didn't even know the right wing party in the Israeli parliament. I'm very poorly traveled. And I was trying to figure out how to combine content with traveling. Um, no, you can't name every party in North Korean parliament. There's three of them. Um, uh, just to travel more places, and I had my gimbal out, but whatever. I know all the states I visit. I can rattle them off quite easily. Most of them were on book tour with Matt Hughes. So it's what? New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia. I don't think I've done any time in Maryland. Ohio, Illinois, Iowa, Texas, California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. I think that's all the ones I've hit. Wait, okay. What's your take on Stefan Molyneux? He seems to have gone away from anarchism and much more into the race stuff, which I don't agree with him on. Um, he does a great job in Hoaxed, which I just watched. Colorado, I've been to. Yes, I forgot. I've been to Colorado. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them that I've been to. No, there's others on book tour that we must have hit. Hey, Dustin, which is sooner, 12 years from global capacity or 5 years away from. That's pretty funny. Oh, I'll tell you a story about Utah. When I was a kid, California, of course, I've been to. When I was a kid, uh, one of my favorite series of books was The Great Brain. And it turns out the artist for the books, Marshall Mayer, it's not Marshall Mathers, is still alive and is selling prints on Etsy. And I emailed him. I go, "Can I have some original art?" And he's like, "I'm not selling any." When are you back in Montreal? Oh, I would love that. I love it so much. We're gonna go to Toronto when it gets warm. Maybe I can convince the crew to do Montreal this year as well. Hey, Greg, my air. Um, that's when. See, that's the other thing though. When you want to travel, you don't want to hit the same place twice. But I love Canada so much. I do. Marcel Mayer, thank you so much. Yeah, he's on Etsy. Tell him to sell me original art. I want it for my house. I want to get Faith on. I've been to Minnesota. Isn't that where the mall is? I've been to the state that the mall is in, and I've been to Michigan. That's a lot of them. Yeah, I've hit a lot of them. All right. 45. Okay, Tom. That's great, Tom. Yeah, Tom's gotten to eat at Applebee's in 45 different states. My pillow? Food? FU is short for food. Oh, I'm sorry. You also ate at Chili's. You know, I know there's children present, yeah. And Tom Woods is just cursing up a storm. If you come to Montreal, I got dinner for you. Great spot like Joe Beef. Yeah, sure. I mean, you're not gonna have to twist my arm to get me to Canada, at all. I adore it. I'll definitely go to Toronto first, but it's an easy way to convince my friends to go, and we could take the bus there. So it's not. John Pator's blocked me on Twitter, and zero of value was lost. I okay, Chili's. All those places, and this isn't me being a shitty elitist. I would rather eat at McDonald's, which I have no problem doing, because it's cheaper and better food than Applebee's or Chili's to me. Like I can't wrap my head around Chili's and Applebee's. It's overpriced for what it is. I'd rather go to a diner. And Denny's, I love no Denny's. I don't like so much. There's the Friendlies I like and Perkins, awesome. Denny's is usually the worst of them, but I'll eat there too. They're so much better than Chili's or Applebee's. Five Guys sucks. Waffle House I enjoy. Perkins, when I was in college, that was the only air quotes restaurant in town, and we'd go there when we were drunk, and they would have a seafood bowl, out of a big bread bowl. It was so fun. I like Five Guys. What do you know about burgers? IHOP I like too. I don't know why he blocked me. I called him out on some bullshit. I've actually owe him a lot because a couple of times on Red Eye, I came in to fill in for him, so that was extra TV for me. Should I do a map of all the states I've been to? God, I'm looking all shiny too. Olive Garden. You know, when I was a kid, a little immigrant boy, what got me excited was Red Lobster and their popcorn shrimp. It was all you can eat. And I went there as an adult. Like every like 6 years, I forget how disgusting it is. And I don't know if it was disgusting when I was a kid or it's gotten disgusting. But every 6 years or so, I'm like, let me try this again. I'm like, oh my god, this is a nightmare, and I want to throw up. I need to screen cap this so that whenever, anytime Tom has an opinion, I can just quote Olive Garden is great for the salad dressing. And that way people will know about his shit takes. Tom is this well, I'm not going to make the joke. All right. Explain the dynamic of anarchism when groups get too large and merge. I don't know. What the hell are you asking me that for? What? What is this, a quiz? I don't know. Jim, ever been to Cracker Barrel on the road? I think that's where we ate on the way to Charlottesville. They had this like white gravy, which looked to me like pus. I couldn't even handle it. I think that was a Cracker Barrel. Let me look up what the decor looks like. I'm sure it's the same in every fucking city. It was something, or like Country Cupboard. It was one of those. Yeah, it was Cracker Barrel. It's got that pus gravy. Ugh, it was so gross. No, I couldn't eat anything there. Mises already beat Canes in Google Trends in Brazil. Keep an eye on us. That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Maybe I'll have to get my Jew ass to Brazil. Chick-fil-A is overrated. And I know people hear overrated, they think it means terrible. I'm not saying terrible. I'm saying this idea that like, oh my god, and I gotta wait online for it. No, no, no. And there's not that much chicken. Nope. No. Olive Garden dressing. I think I'm a pacifist now. What do you want from Tom? I'm not familiar with Waffle House's disaster scale, but when I was with Tom in Auburn, I made it a point for us to go to Waffle House because I wanted to do it. These pretzels are making me thirsty. More like a frenemy, I would say. Yeah, I spoke at Mises. Yeah, frenemy, not enemy. Frenemy with Tom. It's a joke. Relax. These are the jokes. We got the North Korea stuff out of the way. Now we could do jokes. You know what else I used to like a lot? Which, and then like one time I ate it, I had diarrhea and vomiting, which was really fun. Pizza Hut, the meat lover's pie. That was really, I enjoyed back in myself. Is maybe it was no, Golden Corral is like the buffet. Nightshade's on tonight. It's on at 11, people. Come on. Come on. Come on now. I'm so pissed that in Toronto they closed the Black Hoof. That was one of the best meals I've ever had. It was so good. Hmm. As a chicken tendies, nice. As a chicken tendies connoisseur, Chick-fil-A is top tier as long as Zaxby's, Fats, Dairy Queen, and Culver's. Popeyes has some great biscuits. They're really good. They should call it Brown Corral. Am I right? I like how this has gone. This is very sad that it's gone from North Korea to like, let's talk about all these fattening foods that we have disdain for. Will you be speaking at Mises U this summer? I have not been asked. I gotta tell you, there's a KFC not that far from my house. I don't hate it. And their nuggets, they don't make them anymore, were great. Chipotle's very overrated. I like it. I'd give it a 4. Everyone's all obsessed with it. The other fun thing about KFC is very often when I'd be in Fox or something and I come home with all my makeup on, it's like orange. I would just go to KFC, change my clothes, and have this orange face and not acknowledge it at all and just see what happens. It was really fun. That happened a few times. Yeah, those KFC steak fries are really good. They're all seasoned and stuff. Yeah. You know what I missed, which I was all obsessed with for a minute? Quiznos. I was really into Quiznos for a bit. Let me try to change this lighting. I don't think this lighting is very complimentary anymore. Let's see what else we have. Let's try them. Okay. Okay. I should be able to have audio from the shitty mic that is from there, right? And now I'm going to turn this back to the regular mic. Okay. Okay. Now it should still be working. Wait, you want me to go back to the crappy mic? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the crappy mic. 1 second. Um. Okay, this is the regular mic. Oh, okay, okay. I'm going back to this mic, to the Yeti. Okay, relax, relax, guys. We got this. Okay, good. Like this. Do you want the Yeti, which is the current one? Okay, this is the current one, and it. So I don't know what the tinniness was. Maybe it's because of the light. Okay, relax, guys. Okay, let me see if I missed any super chats. Good lord. Favorite fashion houses and why? I'd say Comme des Garçons because they're so innovative, and Vivienne Westwood. Okay. Whew. Okay. Man, this is that great content you guys all like. I don't know much about her. Oh, Simon's here. Hey, Simon. No, no, no. We're good. We're good. Ever seen a grown man naked? Yeah, I used to be on the swim team. Who was this? I have that joke about 4chan in my book. I've never had a panic moment when public speaking. No, 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 no. Okay. Simon was being very funny in Philly. Very, very funny. Um, okay, I am going to go. Is there any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to go do some reading before my Breitbart interview. If not, let me just check to make sure something about. Hold on about the. Because when it gets. Someone sends a question through the streams, I don't see it, which is very annoying. Okay, we're good. What knowledge? Okay, that was 2 weeks ago. That's a line from Airplane. I thought it. I'm on Breitbart at 11:05. It'll be on SoundCloud tomorrow, though. It's on like Sirius Patriot FM, I think. I covered Trudeau on Nightshade in 45 minutes. Now I'm gonna drink my Kool-Aid. Wait, how am I your aquarium fish Twitter follower? Do you mean I follow you? And you're worried I'm gonna unfollow you? Yeah, I am the lead into my own show. Well, once I was on Red Eye the same time I was on Kennedy. So that I took a photo of that. That was really cool. And no, and once I was on Kennedy, the same time I was on Fox News. Yes, every single. What's your user? What's your username? I don't recognize your name here. I don't unfollow people, really. It's rare. Please leave this up for non-Patreons. Okay, I will. I was gonna anyway. Trudeau coverage, nice. Yeah. Sean, what's with the you keep repeating your what is going on with you, Sean? It's like 6 times. You unfollowed me once upon a time. Well, you're a rare exception. Any situations where you do have had anxiety? I mean, sometimes I'll have background anxiety if I'm on a cut. Um, but in a situation, like if I get nervous at a situation, I can't think of any because, again, being self made and having an audience, it's like I don't really, you know what I mean? If something doesn't go well, like for me, like life is an adventure. So even if it's like a disaster, it's hilarious. So I can't think of, even at an interview, I know how to give good interview. That's never been an issue for me. Most people don't have any personality, so at least I'll be personable to some extent. So I can't think of a. No, you know when I get anxiety, this is really stupid, but it's true. This is really stupid. But sometimes if there's like a lift that you failed at, like you get up, call up in your head, and you're all nervous about doing it. Like if I'm about to do some squat and like I know I didn't do it well last time, I'm like scared it's gonna collapse on me. So I do get like kind of psych myself out. That's the only thing. Yeah. I think Michael feels a bit anxious around me, like being starstruck, also inferior. That is my feelings exactly. How do I request to view a Nightshade taping? Well, email me through Patreon, Grayson. Good lord. You don't gotta follow Canadian politics, just follow my show. I covered, and we also covered a bit in the supporting listeners group. Isn't Simon great? Google alert. Oh, Fox News Radio did an article about me on Fox Today on Tom Shalhoub's show. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna bookmark this. All right, sorry guys, just came across my desk. How can I get into the groups? Just go to the Patreon, patreon.com/Michael Malice. Greg, just just message me through Patreon. It's fine. I thought you were in the group already. I don't have any updates from Dave Rubin now. Greg. Oh, Greg, just email me and I'll take care of it. It's fine. Crowder and Andrew Breitbart are my aquarium fish followers. Carl Rove too, but I think he went on a follow binge once. Yeah, I get you. I'm also scared Dana Perino's gonna unfollow me, but she doesn't interact much with me. It's just weird to see who watches you and who doesn't, you know? I just talked to Thad over the weekend, yeah. I cannot recommend his book enough. It's because of him I'm doing all this research about the Harlem Renaissance, which some of this research is not fun. I should do crowdsourcing for some of these books, but whatever. Um, okay, we'll do this for another. Donald Jr. is still following me. Stop. Don't. Don't put that thought out there. I keep waiting for those RTs to hit. Oh, Jesus. I do like the idea that aquarium fish follow is a thing. That's a great. I just said that extemporaneously, but that's really a kind of funny concept. All right, guys. I will see you all Saturday in DC. Location TBD. Even I don't know. Why does Thad dislike Peterson? Really? I did not know that. I would obviously love to talk to Peterson. I didn't know Thad dislikes him. I have no further information on this. I don't think Thad is that much of a hipster. Well, I guess he is. Who am I talking? Yeah, he is. He is. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, so he flaked. Okay, I see. Flakes are no good. No one owes you a response. No one owes you a response at all. That's so. To me, it's like when people are like, "Oh, why didn't you want to debate this person?" Well, for the same reason I'm not making a souffle. Opportunity cost. I never followed up with Sargon. I have not followed up with him. Okay, I am going to bounce. Um, thank you all for staying, and uh, this was fun. I have not done one of these in a while, so it's a lot of fun. I will see you all soon. Enjoy Nightshade in 35 minutes. I can't wait until to have Ron Coleman on. You're welcome in 12 days because talking about the lawsuit against the SPLC, I cannot wait. That's gonna be awesome. And Tuesday, Tim Dillon got rescheduled, but we're gonna have Bill Schultz and Joanne Nosachinski. So that is going to be a lot of fun. And I know Joanne is going to be able to do the 3 questions thing correctly. Uh, oh, I can't wait to MC this thing. They're giving me a mic and total control. This is going to be so fucking funny. What are these people thinking? Oh my god. Oh my god, this is going to be amazing. Jono's great. My welcome? My welcome? Okay, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.